This Wednesday morning, I'm joined by my colleague Ray. Ray, good morning. Nice to see you.
Good morning. Good to see you too.
You're well?
Niko fiti. How are you?
I'm also good. Now, our country is a country of prayer.
Yeah.
And we've seen First Lady Rachel Ruto say that Ugandans don't need fertilizer because their land was prayed for. And it's such a controversial, statement coming from the First Lady. But
Yes.
what are Kenyans saying about it?
Well, it is just as you put it, because First Lady Mama Rachel Ruto claimed that Ugandans no longer plant their crops with fertilizer because the land is fertile, and due to the East African Revival prayers. This is in attribution to the prayers that have been being made by the East African Revival. And it is a comment that was taken with so much weight online, even as Kenyans circulated that particular clip of her speech. And now we're circling back to when she also said that the dollar had gone down, the dollar against the shilling. You remember that the shilling against the dollar, the value of the shilling had strengthened due to prayers. Kenyans online have really questioned the kind of comments she has made, but a fraction of them actually agree with her, to my surprise, in the comment section.
That we should pray?
Yes, that indeed, whatever is being witnessed right now in the country is as a result of the tremendous prayers. Even the head of state had earlier said that we had prayed for rain and rain came. We had prayed for El Nino to stop and El Nino stopped. So these are comments that are also continue to be taken in very different light online, even as Kenyans continue to circulate those two particular clips, but they have been trending for the last 24 hours. Yeah.
What about you, Ray? What do you think about, because mostly all the things that the First Lady Mama Rachel attributes to its prayers.
Yes.
What's your thoughts on that as well?
I'm actually a believer, but I mean, such topics such as the dollar against the shilling cannot be attributed entirely to prayers. These are technical topics, financial topics. So I do believe, but not entirely in the fact that prayers can lead to the strengthening of the shilling against the dollar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aside from that, Larry Madowo and Transport CS Kipchumba Murkomen, this is not the first time that Larry points at, rather false, some things at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport.
Yes.
Again, he said it with the current ongoing rains. What happened and what really is it?
Well, he was locked in a battle with, in a Twitter battle, safe to say, with Kipchumba Murkomen, who's a CS for transport. And this is about the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, the infrastructure there. Remember, there was a video circulating late last year of Jomo Kenyatta raining inside the arrival terminal. And now Kenyans were asking, just where did the infrastructure go wrong in the repairs that were done there by the previous government? And then Larry had pointed this out. In fact, we were being sent back to a tweet that he had made in 2014, for your information, for which, interestingly, CS Kipchumba Murkomen had agreed with. And then now that CS Kipchumba Murkomen is the one in charge of that docket, Larry called JKIA out again, and surprisingly, CS did not agree with him and called him out on a live television show. So that is really the debate around that. And I've seen there's been a comment by Professor Mutahi Nguni on the same, who has also called out Larry Madowo for the same comments he had made. But I've seen a lot of criticism towards that tweet, because people believe Mutahi Nguni has done a character assassination on him. But it is something we are following. It is just online, an online war, nothing to be worried about. Just, I guess the keyboard will get hurt, but we'll be following that and see how that goes. But it has been trending because of those particular back and forth between him and the CS for transport, Kipchumba Murkomen.
Yeah. Ray, Larry was also the one who showed us the expressway that was flooded.
Yes.
You know, he's like really pinpointing.
That is exactly the issue that CS Kipchumba Murkomen is speaking, and also Professor Mutahi Nguni is also picking that issue. You know, asking Larry, I mean, what kind of content are you putting out about our country?
But he's saying what it is.
Right?
Yes.
And because he's part of our fraternity, I think we will all stand with him.
Yeah, because he's not fabricating anything anyway.
Absolutely.
He's just showing as is. Because I saw that clip from JKIA, and it was flooded.
That's true.
And that was he was just trying to say, like, you know what, this is a situation, but How that pans out, Ray, you'll tell us more later.
Absolutely, we'll be following that.
All right.
Yeah.
Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja has reappeared.
Yeah.
The governor has been off. We haven't been seeing him for a while. And also he had been summoned to a parliamentary committee. Last week he didn't appear. Now he's resurfaced. Where has he been? What has he said about his disappearance?
Interesting that you call it resurfacing. Well, that is what Kenyans feel also online, because he appeared on a TV interview that should have been last night and confirmed that he had actually been on a 7-day trip and that him missing the committee summons was purely a scheduling issue. That were his own words. And he said it is purely a scheduling issue. Meetings are postponed every now and then. And so it is not me who's snubbing the meetings. It is the meetings that are coming in between other prior scheduled meetings. And of course, he dismissed allegations that he was a no-show because Kenyans were asking, he had been summoned by, for instance, the Energy Committee to address the Mradi and Bakasi fire, and he did not appear. And then in the defensive, he said he appeared 11 times, a record 11 times, and has appeared more than any other governor came before him, his predecessors. And now Kenyans online kind of don't agree with him because he has been summoned severally, and now there was really mixed reaction about that, because remember Senator Sifuna had called him out on Twitter as well for failing to appear before the committee. He had appeared earlier in another committee where he locked horns again with Senator Sifuna. But now Kenyans feel he really was a no-show from the comments that I've been seeing online. And these are things that people are posting online, and we can be able to identify particular posts. But I mean, the feeling is that Kenyans do not agree with him, that he has not been a no-show. And I think it is one voice that he probably should be addressing these things before the Senate that holds him accountable. Remember, the Senate is in charge of oversight. And so he should be addressing these things. But that is what generally Kenyans feel online. But a section of them actually agree with him that he has appeared before these committees more than all his predecessors. Yeah.
All right, we'll watch out how that pans out. And in case this week or next week is going to be summoned by Parliament, we're going to see whether he'll show up.
Yes.
As we wrap up the What's Trending segment, there's a video that was circulating yesterday on Nairobi County Speaker Michael Ngodi, who was more like forcing a Muslim lady to shake hands with him.
Did you see that video?
Yes,
actually?
I did.
Oh, man.
What are Kenyans saying about it?
It was chilling to see, to say the least.
Yeah.
But Kenyans were circulating it online, calling for action against him, because from what I saw in the video, he seemed to have been forcing a kind of greeting.
Yeah, the lady didn't really want to shake hands.
I understand it's because of religious beliefs, which we all hold very dearly. But Kenyans have had a field day with him, even circulating the video and even tagging the DCI on Twitter. Remember, DCI is very active on Twitter, actually. You see people tagging them all along, people who post their money and their lavish lifestyles. They roped in the DCI on this one, and a couple of people are calling for action against him. But we wait to see how that pans out. It is now emerging that was a celebration that was for his birthday, I guess, for Speaker Ngondi's birthday, that roped in the staff at the Nairobi City County. And that video apparently has gone viral, and people are calling for his action, verily so.
All right. Ray, I believe you're going to follow up on that.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
you're going to tell us what will happen to him.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ray, for joining me this morning.
You're welcome.
And that's it for the What's Trending segment. We're now going to take a very short commercial break here on KTN News Diary. Please stay with us.